is everybody doing right now? Right now, we are setting up the YouTube and a little bit of TikTok. You clicked instantly. Hey, Skit Happens. Hey, Roy. Hey, Cyan Basket. Hey, Rajveer. Starting a little early because might as well. All right. Gamer000 with the immediate request energy. 2 days into college. Cyan Basket as well. All right, how about this? I will pull them up. I don't know if I'm going to immediately play them. Immediate. But I will pull them up. No, you're totally fine. You're all good. You are all good. When you wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star. All right, all right. You guys are my diehards, so let me just go through these. This day 4 of seeing you live, well, appreciate it. All right, I may need to actually listen to this Cliffs of Gallipoli song because I'm pretty sure, oh, no, there's some piano on it. All right. Something like that. And then I think there was another version that was just... Hey, M2 and 3. Hey, DS4. Oh man, that looks like I'm gonna get a virus. All right, I just have to listen to this song real quick. Here we go. That's the only one I'm gonna... All right, here we go. At least get that. Oh, yeah, because it's totally off. It shifted. Thanks. No, it's not intentional. All right, Roy. We're burning through. There we go. That's like one of the best little things. That's such a cool. Try the little bit. So here's the problem, Roy, and I need to figure this out somewhere. I'm only getting previews through Discord with the Apple Music. I think I need to just like copy the link over. Can I play blue? Yeah, we can totally play blue. We can play all sorts of things. Can we learn some romantic era Chopin chord progression? Sure. Nice lava lamp, appreciate it. Bella lullaby. Robin says hi, and we need rain. We just had a bunch of rain over here. Here's some Christopher Larkin for those Hollow Knight people. All right, I'll see you, Roy. Thank you, Valentina. Tina? Yes, don't forget the like button. Yeah, we can do Giorno's theme, don't worry. Never seen snow or touched snow once? Wow. Beautiful things. We can do beautiful things. I'm going through a couple things people requested at the beginning, and then we'll get a big old list. How about that? We'll get a big old list of requests, and then we'll play through them, although some of these aren't sight readable. I mean, they're sight readable enough. You know what I mean. Yeah, we can do blue, don't worry. Ballpark, I have spent thousands upon thousands of dollars in, for sure, on music equipment and different things. What's my favorite food? Whatever I can get my protein in with. A fit check for your napalm era. You composed a waltz in A minor? Nice. Miraculously, you can chill. We'll get to it. The Boys, I'm guessing that's a theme. The Boys theme. Homelander in the hallway. When did I start playing piano? 7. Hey, Ox to the editor. Moonlight Sonata, sure. We can do Moonlight Sonata. Bum ba da dum bum ba da dum bum ba da dum bum. Did my voice change? Exactly. What happened? Nothing, as far as I can tell. Good for you. You learned piano at school? Good for you. All right, hold on. I want to play a little bit of this, and then we'll answer some of these questions that people have. What's up? That's a Roland. It's an FP90. This is an FP90. Ordinary. You'll be the first MIDI composer. There's a lot of MIDI composer. What's up, Abhay? I kind of look like Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, it's all good. What's your opinion on Pokemon? Because I find it crazy that pieces of paper are worth thousands of dollars. Vid is relaxing. Give me your cookie. I don't have any cookie. Yeah, that's coffee. We just did Smooth Criminal, Vusu Muzi. Yeah. So this is what I would say, Cyan Basket. Let me just really quickly explain this. This is completely unrelated. What DAW do I use? Logic. I like how you're like, Ableton or FL Studios. Those are the only two things. Can you play for Elise? Yeah, we can totally play for Elise. Let me explain this real quick, though, because this could potentially help it. No, I'm definitely not going to do videos with Omegle. Definitely not going to do that. La Campanella, the last part. How do you feel about the Charlie Kirk situation? I wouldn't mind throwing my opinion very quickly out. This is the second time seeing you cross my FYP, so I might as well suggest something. Absolutely, Blue does random stuff. Hey, XS Stride. Omegle is sus. Yes, exactly. People don't realize how much fire they're playing with, both with going live in public and doing Omegle. If you're a very young person and you have an extremely high risk tolerance and you don't really have a family and whatever, it's whatever. Access denied. That makes a lot more sense. Sarah, I already said I'd say something. So let me do this question real quick. So Pokemon. Here's the thing. People don't realize. So interest rates were extremely low for a very, very long time. Don't worry. I'm not going to get too far into this. Don't worry. This is a music channel, but interest rates stayed very, very low for a really long time. When interest rates are low, the effective cost of money is zero. And why do I say that? It means that basically if I borrow money, I have to pay so little to pay it back that I basically can have free money. And what that does is anything that you can put money in, the price will go up. So what did we see happen with housing? Oh, the price went up. What did we see with stocks? Oh, the price went up. And people still couldn't find enough places to put their money. That's why Pokemon cards, that's why Magic the Gathering cards, that's why all collectibles just go. If you look, it's different than almost any other time period. It's just, you're 80, can I still start playing piano as an adult? Absolutely. I actually had a teacher, I taught somebody, and they started at like 75. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of economy, sorry, and then we'll do some songs. Because someone asked me what I thought about Pokemon cards, and it's just way too easy, way too difficult to explain in 2 seconds. Yes, that's why Funko Pops and cards are so expensive. So there's 2 potential theories. One theory, Cyan Basket, is as long as they stay culturally relevant and are sentimental, the value will continue to go up. Now, liquidity might not be there. What does that mean? It means you may not actually be able to sell that card at the price you want if you need to sell it at any quick period of time. So that's why it's not a good idea to try to make a ton of money buying and selling Pokemon cards, unless you know a ton about Pokemon cards and are super knowledgeable. At the same time, the other theory is as interest rates stabilize at a higher level, that means money is no longer basically free, if you will. And what that means is collectibles have a cost of just holding on compared to doing other things. So anyway, all right. Do you know how to play list pieces? Yeah, we can. Hey, Xander. Yeah. We can play a lot of lists. What do you want to hear? What is behind you? A bunch of things. I do know hymns, Primeps. Just throw something out there. Yeah, I will answer your question, Sarah. I'm just breaking it up. Because if you just talk too much, that's not the whole point of this stream. Yeah, let's do Claire de Lune. There's also the concept of FOMO. Again, we could literally spend the entire time I'm on stream talking about money and economics. But yeah, there's FOMO. One last thing about that. If you're one of those hyper-rational people that are like, why in the world is this worth so much? This is actually worthless. There's a very famous saying, which is the market can be irrational longer than you can be solvent. Meaning, don't bet against people's irrational tendencies to value something. Like Labubus right now, if you had a way to short Labubus, that would be a terrible thing to do. Because Labubus have no real value, but it doesn't really matter. Because people be crazy for a really long time. Yeah, we actually haven't ever really tried to list Sonata on stream, so let's do that. Ooh, Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen's a goated pick. Stravinsky's really good. You hate Labubus anyway? Yeah, I think they're pretty ugly, I'm not gonna lie. When are we talking about the jam? I think I said on Tuesday, maybe I didn't. I'm gonna need until tomorrow because I haven't written anything. I got way distracted by other stuff. Who was the founder of Facebook? It was a bunch of people. I mean, I should know. We were all in my garage. Best way to enter the live is to Claire de Lune. I agree, Fiona. Yes, you can submit a 10-second composition. Absolutely. Yeah, if I said Monday, sorry, I need an extension. In the lookalike cam, definitely Mark Zuckerberg. Cool, Blue Bug. What are these glowy chords that end with the same note in Claire de Lune? Let me answer these questions in 2 seconds. Let me answer Sarah's question from earlier because I said I would. So literally in this music stream, we've talked economics and we're going to talk politics and free speech for like 2 seconds, okay? Literally 2 seconds. So don't run away if that's a terrifying topic to you. Because don't worry, we're not going to get way into it. But Sarah asked, and again, if you know anything about my channel and my personality, is I don't want anybody to feel like we can't at least engage about things. But at the same time, this is mainly a music channel. We're not going to go crazy. Basically, I think that it's extremely and awful and sad, of course, for anyone to be killed. That's just awful. It's just horrible. And I just think that needs to be the default position, period. That's the first thing I'd say. And then the second thing that I would say is we need to be so aggressive at protecting people's right to say stupid things. Because if you can say something dumb on the internet, that means I know that you have dumb thoughts. And that may be a good thing. So, didn't pay attention? Oh, Sarah was asking about the Charlie Kirk stuff. This is a music channel. Yeah, you can request a song, Mr. Beers. Yeah, now, your speech can have consequences. That's the other thing I would say. Like, people are freaking out about Jimmy Kimmel. That dude, his ratings were in the toilet, and Disney is a private company, so Disney can do whatever they want. Yeah, no problem. Oppenheimer theme. Let's pull up some of these. And then there was a musical question, which I would greatly appreciate answering as well. But we do have to stay open and talk to each other. I think that's the other big thing. That's the reason why I wanted to answer it, because I don't like that people are just deciding. Like we tried that during 2020. It didn't work out well to just not talk about anything. Believer. Mister, you're the first one. You're totally the first one. Yeah, we can do Game of Thrones theme. Guessing you have a monitor with the sheet. Is there a way for me to send a music sheet to you? Discord. Discord's definitely the easiest way. Just tell me you sent it there, and I'll do that. Dearly beloved, Trenzo, just for you? Absolutely. What you should choose later in the future, and what would be more reliable, like for making money, like career-wise, croc couture. I have ideas, but the man I love, I like that. You've been waiting ages. There was a music question earlier. If you don't mind restating it, sorry, I missed it. It was about both hands, so I apologize. We can do... All right, I'll see a Chopin enthusiast. Yeah, don't worry, you haven't missed anything with the composition stuff. I'll announce it in Discord. Trenzo. Yeah, glowing chords, we can talk about that. Yeah, you could totally, you could put the MIDI, yeah, you could just drop the MIDI in there. I'm seeing you, Mango. Can I play Golden Hour? Yeah, we could do Golden Hour. Bach Toccata. Hold on. Let me grab these. Washing machine, heart. Absolutely. Yes, two hands. That was the question that I wanted to see. Last Rites loved to death. Yep. Is Meta going to go public at some point in Q4? It's already public, dude. It's like one of the most valuable companies in the entire world. Although Oracle just went nuts. You've been sitting here in your room? Oh, appreciate it, Ken. Just started playing piano? Okay, all right. Let's go through, and I'm gonna address 3 different piano questions like in a row. So first of all, any tips for a new player? How do you make an epic coda? Okay, we'll get to all these music questions. I'm loving the music questions. Don't worry, we're gonna go back and forth between doing requests and music questions. So if you throw out a request or a music question, don't panic if I don't immediately answer it. Hey, Tatea, what's my favorite song on piano? It's all over the place. One of my most favorite songs I think of all time would probably have to be Liebstrom. I mean, you can't beat Liebstrom. Okay, so you're just starting out on piano. I would highly recommend you first learn the letters really well. And if you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you've heard me say that a million times. And most people go, I already know the letters, bro. No, you don't know them as well as you should. Learn the letters super duper well. You look like that dude that creates Facebook. What if I want to create Handbook or iBook? You just gotta be ready. So learn the letters really well when you first start learning piano, and then do 2 things for me. The first is scales. Scales are the gateway to everything. You want to learn to improvise? Scales. You want to learn pop music? Scales. You want to write your own music? Scales. You want to learn how to read? Scales. You want to learn how to play by ear? Scales. Now, then the final step that I would say for a beginner is then pick a method that's most comfortable that you want to do. So if you want to learn by ear, just start learning by ear. If you want to learn to read, work on reading. If you want to just skip all that and just be like, I just want to play songs right away, then hop on YouTube and just look up synesthesia stuff and follow the people's hands or the MIDI notes. I'm not here to tell you exactly how to learn the piano because I think that's one of the issues with learning it. Yeah, we could do Liebstrom, but I will say that having that framework of letters and then scales is crucial to get really going. All right, Mango's got to go. All right, I'll see you later. Here's Washing Machine Heart. And then I want to answer the both hands question. play violin? I do not know. I didn't know that, but that's cool. So you know a lot of the stuff I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Now let's talk about both hands real quick. The reason why both hands is hard for most people, I think, besides the coordination thing, is especially when you're learning parts separately. So like, let's say you're learning Liebstrom. I don't know why you're learning Liebstrom if you just start struggling with both hands. To line the hands up, what people typically mess up is they're playing and they learn one hand and they're like, and they're doing that, but then they don't learn it at the same speed. They don't have any concept of speed in their head. So like maybe they learn the left hand, they learn it like this. Dance of Eternity, we can do that. Ash, that is a very solid way to do it. You don't have to do that necessarily. There's other ways to do it. If you can hum the melody, you have the concept. That's not a bad idea. Learn one hand at a time, bean spud. That's not a bad way to go. So here, I'm going to tell you two slightly contradictory hands together ideas for you to try out. The first is, yes, whole tone is all over that. What bean spud is saying is the normal way people tell you to learn hands separate. Learns to play hands together. And it can work. But let me give you two potential other options. The first is you do exactly what bean spud's doing, but you do it to the metronome. And the reason why is, again, like I was saying earlier, people learn the hands separate, but they don't actually have a rhythmic concept of it, and they don't really understand how it sounds. So then when they put the hands together, they're like, what's going on? The other one is play as slowly as you need, but start with the hands together. So literally just start learning the part and play them together, but literally you can play them like this. The easiest got to be learning starting from chords. I agree. I agree. If you just want to learn the piano real quick, learning yeah, I like writing lines where the hands come together too. We can do all sorts of things, Bruce Wayne. And I haven't forgot about your question about Debussy. The easiest way is to learn from the age of 2. Yeah, have your parents force you to go to piano lessons before you even remember. Is Vanessa Carlton a good pianist? I do not have enough footage, I know of Vanessa Carlton, of course. That is a loaded term. I'd probably be quicker to, no, I wouldn't even be quicker to judge if someone's a good person before I would say good pianist. The problem with learning chords first is that it leaves lots of gaps in technique. Yeah, Ash, it turns out there's problems with everything. Folsom Prison Blues, we could do a little bit of that. Lover Girl by LaFay, or however you say the name. How long have I been playing? Like 28 years. Is that a good thing, Prime, or no? Exactly. Hey, call me a Renaissance man. Do I consider myself a professional? I don't consider myself a professional. I am a professional. I'd say the most obvious definition of being a professional is getting paid for it, and that being your profession. And since I've done that for, I don't know, what, 15 years at this point? I would, Ash, I will probably do that. Is 10,000 hours enough? I think people got way too literal about that 10,000 hour thing. It's definitely a good benchmark. You know some songs to play on the piano, but my hands don't listen to me. It looks like I'm having a stroke. Yeah, 10,000 hours is a lot. Well, When to Change, do you know about that Malcolm Gladwell book? There's nothing left here. Bye and have a good one. All right, I'll see you, Zekaru. Yeah. Yes, I agree with Wind of Change. Hey, Ollie. That's what you're trying at the moment? Can you tell me the steps of hand training? Like getting your technique better? Is that what you're asking? All right. We're pulling up stuff. We're pulling up different things here. Even 5K should be enough. When to change? I don't think you, it really is how you spend the time for sure. That's what you're working on, Interstellar, yeah. It's a fun one. I wouldn't say 10,000 hours gets you in the top 1% anymore. There's a lot of really good pianists. It is the quality of time, though. It's definitely the quality of time. Memory reboot? Sure. Learning notation is definitely a great way to start if you have time. Hardest part is music theory. It's going to be different for everybody. I did a survey, ZBT, I don't know, 4 or 5 streams back, and I asked people which is harder for them, which is easier for them. Ear, reading, or by rote, like by watching YouTube videos, and it was crazy. Literally, it was even. It was dead even. Everybody was like, oh, ear is way easier than reading music. And then other people were like, I can't do ear at all. Again, you have to realize everyone's a little different. Karate Kid by Coldplay. We can pull that up. How long have you started playing piano? 28 years. It's definitely, yeah. You'll find a pattern in all your compositions. Okay, since this is an interesting thing, so I want to talk about Debussy for just a second, because Bruce was asking about why, and then actually this goes right into Laffy as well. Where is the Laffy song? Lover Girl by Laffy, yeah. Because this is also Laffy as well. I've never played this song before in my life. I've never heard this song before in my life. But I knew exactly what was going to come because it's Laffy, or whatever, however you say her name. You have a pianist visit, she plays anything I want? Oh, that's awesome, Laura. praying for recovery for you. All right, so let's talk about theory for just 2 seconds here. Do I have events? I don't even know what that means. Yeah, we can do memory reboot. You can't feel music through scores. I write it. Reading music on paper is hard and writing is even harder. It's just practice. Which one is AI? I don't know, Infection Squad. Good point. What's the most overrated piano song? Bridge Over Troubled Water. Yeah, let me pull that up. Let me talk theory for just a second, because this is going to answer, hopefully be interesting, but also answer Bruce's question about Debussy. So the thing about Debussy is there's about 3 different techniques that he uses all the time. The first is very Lafay-esque, and that is diatonic dissonance. What is diatonic dissonance? Let's say we're in the key of C major. You have a question, Ken? Go fire away. Most overrated gotta be La Campanella. Especially in the wrong key. I don't know what most overrated would be. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Breaking Bad? No, I didn't ever play Folsom Blues. We'll pull it up. Folsom Prison Blues. I need the melody for that because I don't know it off the top of my head. Cool. All right, that gets me something. No, you're fine. Rushy might be overrated. Yeah, I would say Rushy's probably overrated. That's true. Okay. Harmony, real quick. Diatonic dissonance. What is diatonic dissonance? Diatonic dissonance is when you take notes that are in the one scale, the major scale, right? And you just jam them together. So for example, E and F in C major is diatonic dissonance. You can also do F major. You dropped it in, oh, I see it now. 4/7 by Azali, yeah. I'm happy to play that. So that's what diatonic dissonance is. That's the first thing that he does all the time. All these clair de lune chords, it's all having those notes right next to each other. That's super beautiful. The second thing that Debussy does all the time is parallelism. Exact same notes all the time. So playing the exact same notes multiple places. And then even having the same notes, but then offset by a third or a fourth, and then you play them at the same time. Stuff like this. And then the final thing is the use of seventh chords and whole tone and all these other harmonic concepts that were starting to get popularized right around this time period and have continued popular. That's why it almost sounds like jazz. It's, again, that's anachronistic thinking, right? It's not that it sounds like jazz. It's that that's what jazz kind of was birthed from, was people like Debussy exploring seventh chords, not just in the concept of dominant and not in the concept of a melody playing a non-chord tone, but actually as a legitimate harmonic vehicle. So anyway, more than you probably wanted to know, but that's the Debussy thing. That's also the Lafay thing. That's also all the anime stuff. We're kind of almost stuck in that mindset after that. So, because it's just pretty. by Azali. That's really pretty. Mug major. Is my 2-year-old child, I don't have a 2-year-old child. Playing the piano, hopes this gets views. Thank you, appreciate it. Spooky little skeleton. Through patches of violet. Again, I don't know any songs, I just play whatever. I just listen to it and just, or think about it. Can I play the Giorno theme? Chopin style is actually painful. It's not that painful. What's painful about Chopin? Chopin actually fits in the hand pretty easily. How much do I practice a day? Way too little at this point. Yeah, how to write dramatic codas? Yes, we'll get to that, don't worry. A couple musical interludes and then we'll get there. Yeah, we could do an improv. What do you need, Rab? Yeah, you guys don't need to spam. Again, we're all over the place today. Golden. I did a little bit of the first thing I pulled up that said it was the Breaking Bad theme. I don't know if it was. I can't genuinely remember how the Breaking Bad theme sounded, actually. Yeah, the 6 is good. You're back? Oh, thanks, High Clips. Okay. All right. Here's Karate Kid from Coldplay, and then I want to answer Wind of Change's question. See you again. Okay. All right. Sky of Stars. I got one more that I'm actually going to play right now, and then I will go to Wind of Change's question. There's just too much going on. Oh, yeah. So you're talking codas. The first thing I think you have to understand is what you're actually trying to accomplish with a coda. Thank you, Wendy. What is Interstellar Express? Is that a specific part of the song? Or you just mean the main theme? After the questions, can you play a song called Compass? If you know it. Again, do I know anime openings? I know whatever exists in the universe. We know everything and we know nothing. Yes, it's a dramatic conclusion of the story. We're going to start on the 5 chord. So if you think traditional, so like let's imagine that we were going to write a coda for Interstellar, right? Then what we would do is we would land on the dominant. And we would do something impressive. When am I going to answer your question? I think I totally missed your question, Ken. Can you please ask it again? I probably wasn't looking. When I play, okay, I found it. When I play piano, I have problems on my finger coordination, kind of struggling. But when I play guitar, it's not that noticeable. How do you improve it? I'm going to answer your question in the most annoying way possible, but it's just true, Ken. You just actually have to practice piano, and you need to practice it in a way that you can actually build on top of. So since you already know how it feels like on guitar, what you need to do is you need to contextualize and break apart a piece of piano playing that is repeatable enough that you can just do that one thing until you get better at it and then move on from there. It's going to be painful, it's going to take time, but you literally will make progress that way. So then you land on the 5 chord, right? Now, it depends on what you're trying to do, but the traditional coda, you start out and you have some melody hook to get people in. And then if you want to do kind of a more modern-y coda, you would do a little bit of melody quotes from before. Ya-dee-dee, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then you pick something impressive, right? It doesn't matter what it is. And then once you're like, okay, I'm done with this coda, I want to finish up. The traditional way is you do a trill or you do some pedal. Again, I'm sure you knew some of that wind of change, but in my head, what it is the drawing people in, and then diminish, 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 diminish. I mean, again, if you listen to a lot of codas, they do a lot of diminished things because the diminished is building tension. I will say having resolutions during the coda that just don't ever completely resolve is a total way to do it. That would take about 1 year to get used to. It's 1 year to get really used to, but in a week, Ken, you would be like, let's imagine Summer from Joe El Barto. We could look into that. What do I think about Suna 4.5? I think it's insane. I think it's incredibly powerful. Hey, Pradeep. So let's say you're playing Hallelujah. Let's say you just have one hand playing octaves and the other one going up and down. And that's really hard for you. Just do that over and over and over again. Within a week, Ken, you'll notice a difference. Within a week. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brains. Too much love drives a man insane. You know my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Chat and play at the same time? I do. Insane. I'm barely using very many brain cells to play this stuff. It's all just automatic. Okay, I want to answer a couple more of these questions. We're doing a ton of questions, which is awesome. I love these questions. Don't worry, we'll do some music in there too. Bella's Lullaby. I'm going to grab stuff I don't recognize a lot because it's fun to play things that are brand new, and then we'll do other stuff. Good old Twilight. I found a Twilight book like immediately. Bella's Lullaby. All right, I have it pulled up. Okay, do you see AI in general as a threat or a tool? As a former drummer, I love it. Sadim Sora, that makes a lot more sense. Sorry, I can't say your name. I see it 100% as a tool, and I think you should be deeply threatened if you are very inflexible in the way you think about music. After using Suno, so when I first saw the music stuff with AI, I was like, we don't have to worry about this for like a decade at least. It was awful. And then like 6 months later, I was done with a gig in St. Louis, and I was driving back home. It was a long drive, and I was like, with a bass player friend of mine, and we literally just listened to Suno tracks the whole time. And I was like, this is actually pretty good. And that was like 2.5. And now at 4.5, I can literally feed it a piano thing that I came up with, and it will sound incredible just from that piano inspiration that I give it. Now, I will tell you the same thing that I've told a ton of times, and I will keep saying it, and I just want every artist, every creative person, everyone worried right now, I just want to keep hammering this home. There should be a little fear because jobs will be replaced, artists will be replaced, but they're not going to be replaced by AI. They're going to be replaced by people using AI. That's what's going to happen. So that's what I have to say. Let me play a little bit more music, and then I want to do a lot of these. I play harsh, do soft fingers. Okay, sure. Can I play Megadeth? Sure, we can play Megadeth. Do I practice 40 hours a day? Well, should YouTubers be concerned? You just have to get with the times. So technology is always a escalation. Right? Like, this is going to be a weird analogy, but think about giving a PowerPoint presentation. When I was a kid, if you literally had one picture in a PowerPoint presentation, you were giving a speech and you got a PowerPoint and you put one picture in there, it would be like, ooh, the band Chevelle. I know Chevelle quite well. I grew up with Chevelle. I don't know that song because it has been a long time since Rabbit Hole. I'll have to listen to it and then play it, but I'm super into it. So, okay, let me give this one more analogy about technology and the role of it in YouTubers, in musicians, period. PowerPoint. You're doing a presentation, you're doing a speech, and you have one picture in your PowerPoint, and you're like the GOAT in your classroom. Again, this is the 90s. Sorry, I'm dating myself, but yes. Then it started to become pretty easy to find pictures on the internet and put them in your PowerPoints. So now what happens? You start adding in more pictures. And then somebody real cheeky throws in a movie in there. And then you're like, crap. Oh, I have to start putting in movies. At this point, if your PowerPoint isn't either one of two things, extremely clean, no use of technology, just words on a page, great ideas. Or it's got all the bells and whistles. Like, that's your only two options. And snags, that's exactly what I would say on YouTube. If you can sit in front of your iPhone and deliver just pure value without any bells and whistles, you got no background, terrible lighting, you can just hear your voice, you're gonna crush it. But at the same time, if you wanna compete on technology and all the bells and whistles, you gotta get with the times. You're struggling with hand coordination, any tips? We talked about this a little bit earlier. A lot of people just say hand separate, do one, then do the other, and then put it together. I don't promise greatness when it comes to classical. That's totally fine. Yeah, I hate PowerPoints. I really do hate PowerPoints. AI as a threat, it's not a threat. It's really not a threat. It will be if you want it to be. If you want it to be a threat, it'll be a threat for you. When I start playing piano 28 years ago, yeah, around there. Let's see. There was another question that I wanted to get to, but we'll just play some more music. Let's learn a bit of Chevelle. Yeah, Ken. There's a lot of great, there's a lot. Yeah, Ken, the two big things that I worry about in general is people completely forgetting how to think for themselves because they think the AI is thinking for them, which it's not. And then the second thing that I really worry about is, and this is a classic one, if you read any sci-fi, if you experience any like intellectual space, they all talk about this idea of you set the AI in charge of food production. And it goes, well, my goal is to feed all humans. Well, if there's no humans, then I don't need to feed anybody, problem solved. Because again, ultimately, the way we think as humans is not entirely the way a computer will ever think, no matter how smart it gets. So anyway, yep, that's all good. You just play or just cook. Exactly. That's good. Sofronitsky destroying a piano accidentally. We've tried that before. Face to the Floor by Chevelle. Chirag, I really appreciate you reposting the question. I want to answer that question. Let me play some Coldplay first. Bury the Light, we can do that. Yeah, Janny, I'm not gonna lie, it does help. I can reach a 12th, so it does help. And trying to play Chevelle, going to campaign for you to play at Rock in Rio. I appreciate it, Tiago. I would love to get down to Brazil again. I did that. I did a tour in Brazil with a big band back in college, and it was awesome. It's true, Sadam Sora, that 100% thinner fingers, like my fingers are too thick, honestly, for piano, but it doesn't matter. Often focus on the idea of an intelligent explosion. Yeah, so here's the problem. The way that AI thinks is fundamentally limited because it's all about recursion and basically inference. So you have to have it in. I know people are talking about synthetic data, but the problem with synthetic data is it's still in the bounds. Hume, again, I won't go super down this, and I want to get to T-Rock's question, but Hume has a fantastic framework for this. If you really want to alleviate your AI concerns, go read some Hume. I'll just leave it at that, and no one's going to do that, but go read some Hume. Here's Calho Naho. And then yes, Adam, sorry, that's not quite exactly right, but it's very close to the right thing. I'm telling you, again, we should really have a philosophy stream at some point, but Hume has a very good way of explaining it in terms of experience and how almost basically even human intelligence is very experientially driven. Hey, out of the world, how's it going? I want to answer Chirag's question, but let's play a little bit more music before we do that. Here's Bella's Lullaby. Give you all the minor chords. Minor chords are great. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard this really before. I'm sure I have because I've watched all the Twilight. Oh, okay, I remember this. Yeah, to me, Ken, it's more what humans decide is appropriate to put an AI over and the very imprecise language we may choose, and then the problems that arise from that. Let me play See You Again, and then I will answer T-Rock's question. Ever tried to play Silverchair, Emotion Sickness? Please play Bollywood songs? I mean, you just have to actually throw out. You gotta actually throw out things. How many keyboards do you think, how many keys do you think a keyboard should have? All sorts of things. What, the 6, 7? You like the intro? It's a nice intro. We can do Binks Sake. It depends on what you're going for. If you are doing classical, you should probably have 88 keys. If you're not doing classical, I actually love 49. But if you are trying to get out of it and like hang out, then you do like 63. Yeah, hang in there. We're having deep conversation. I know I gotta play a little more music. You got 56? Again, I love more portable keyboards. I have a ton of small keyboards. It just, if you want the most versatility, then yeah, 88 key. How many keys? This is 88 keys, but I have a bunch of 49 keyboards. That's probably my favorite for traveling. We can do Die With a Smile. Why? You want me to hear me say the funny number? Why you gotta put all this pressure on me for, Lan? Play Interstellar perfectly? All right, I want to answer T-Rog real quick. Harry Potter. Okay, so T-Rog. There are some ways that you can objectively measure the how good a piece of music is, but ultimately, it's going to very much come down to subjective means very, very fast. And I think anybody saying like this song is just better is probably just being crappy. So for example, let's talk about this Young Kai Blue. So I'm gonna play it a little bit and we'll talk about why people love this song. And okay, so a couple things about this. First of all, it is a nice song. First of all, the intro. Ya da 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 da. We're setting up the tonic, which feels really, really nice. But then we're immediately creating some tension, a little drama, right? Ya dee da 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 da. Fast, crazy, early Scrabble prelude. That may be too much to bite off right now, Blue Bug. We've been getting a little too heavy in the combo. So just to make this not a horribly long conversation, and I'd love to maybe make a video about this, it's that balance between giving people a home base and then also giving people some tension, a little bit of drama, right? That's very much. The complete takeover scenario, yeah, it's definitely Forlan and Salman. You don't need to be spamming. Yes, you can't measure taste. I agree. Is there a song I can't do? Technically speaking, yes, but realistically speaking, no. And what I mean by that is I always can BS. That's my ace in the hole, if you will, is I can always BS. Do I live in the United States? I do. You're from India? Nice. We can do Runway. Andy, that's your own problem, I have to say. I pulled up Bird of Feather. Yeah, we can play Dvorak. What do you want to hear? I'm going to prioritize people that I'm seeing pop in here. I have played Interstellar about 1 billion times this stream already. I may do it again for you, but we're going to play other stuff first. How's my life going? It's going good. How are you doing? Why don't I have a membership? Because I haven't figured out what I want to do for it. What's my favorite superhero? It's a good question. Life's good? Good. Beanie? Can I play for Elise? Yeah. Golden Brown, love story? Joe, let's do member perk, one hand push-up while playing Claire de Lune. You could probably do that. All right, is that a Lego Bugatti? I don't think it's a Lego Bugatti. What are important signs of I've practiced too much? I should make more breaks or shorter practices? Both. Breaking up, I was never very good at it, but breaking up your practice sessions is a very, very powerful thing. I watch like zero. Yeah, we can do Golden. We can do that. Yeah, Brahms Intermezzo. Opus 118, number 1. Sure. Trying to throw a little wrench in the plans. Doing 1 instead of 2. Everybody wants 2. It's a Lego Porsche. All right, let's see. We're getting there. Golden Brown, let me grab that. I'm grabbing mostly people that I don't see their name very often, because I wanna have people experience the joy of randomly hearing a song that they didn't think they would hear today. All right, here's Intermezzo. 8 out of 10, awesome. All right. Michael Myers theme, we can do that. What do you plan on adding next to Facebook? Didn't you see you'll be able to have an AI tell you that you are messing up the recipe over and over again? Need to do a philosophy stream? Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Another love? Hey, Kendall. Sure. Your boy, Austin. Hey, Scrap Kitty. Hammer clavier. There you go. You're terrified of Michael Myers? Yeah, that was the whole point. Who else is in chat? I mean, if they're being honest, I'm sure not just you. Where am I from? The United States. What is it? Imagine starting a philosophy stream and everyone's stuck contemplating reasons to join. What is life anyway? Staying for the music, exactly. You're back? Good, Samuel. Play Erica. On the way from Dan to Dan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. A YouTube how to get more viewer stream, that you just described most of the internet, Bruce Wayne. You love my videos? Thank you. I really don't mind Ariel. Carol the Bells, Ken. Yeah, I mean, people are just interesting with their song requests. Everyone, well, Carol the Bells has turned into a meme song. I wouldn't say it is a Christmas song, but it's more of a meme song. So people do it all the time. I don't know if I know that, Donna. I got On the Way pulled up. I look like Felix from Stray Kids, K-pop vids. Play jazz. We can play jazz. I like jazz. Do you have a specific standard that you want to hear, Quantum Child? Starboy by the Weeknd. Can I do Garunge? What do you want to hear, Quantum Child? You're making fan art of you? Oh, appreciate it. I may pull up Bumblebee for a sec. All of Me? Yeah, let's do All of Me. I like that idea. Bike by Pink Floyd. Man, I remember this song, but I don't. Man, Piper's at the Gates of Dawn. Yep. Oh, it's been so long. Oh yeah. I've got a bike. You can ride it if you like it. Gotta feel good. I'd give it to you if I could, but I borrowed it. I remember this song. Yep. How long have I been playing piano? Like 28 years. No, the song request doesn't have to be mainstream. I'm just bouncing around from a billion different things. Also, I'm trying to prioritize. Like we had a nice long convo, so I'm trying to get different frequency Valse Brilliant. It's different from the original. All right, well, we're going down a rabbit hole here. Okay. Very lengthy start here. Let's see. Let's go to the actual Valse Brilliant. Not trying to kill your vibe, but here we go. All right, let's do all of me. Let's get some jazz in here. The Westworld theme? Yeah, we could do that. California by Led Zeppelin. Ooh, Led Zeppelin request. Going to California. I may have to listen to it. Oh, okay. Actually, there we go. I found some music, so I don't even have to think about it. Rock Sonata 2. We could pull it up. Opus 9, number 2. Everything and Nothing. Exactly. Exactly, Blue Bug. All right, go eat there. Thanks. Thanks, Adam, Sora. Take it easy. What's my favorite singer? New York State of Mind. I'd probably say Jeff Buckley. I don't know this off the top of my head. I really should pull up a lead sheet. I'm just messing around here. You will take 5? All right, well, let's actually do it. Here we go. Skyfall, yeah, I'll pull that up too. Who's my favorite piano player? Few different thoughts. I would say Keith Emerson is very high up there. If I was going to be really, really honest, though, and really, really go with it, I would say, you want to see me do Rushy? We could do Rushy. We could definitely do Rushy. Vampire, Olivia Rodrigo. Macaroni. Can I do Runaway by Kanye West? We could do that. What do you think about Backflip as an idea? Or is that a piano player? Yeah, here we go. Here's actually. Gotta be patient. Just gotta be patient. Waltz of the Flowers, sure. And I got Vampire pulled up. We're gonna dig into these a little bit more. I got 2 scatterbrained this morning by different people asking questions. We can do other songs, but again, we're getting to some stuff that people ask for. Here's a little bit of Vampire, and then we'll do Waltz of the Flowers. Yes, Subhorn, just don't spam. You gotta stop spamming, bud. Can I play Numb? Like you're talking about Numb from what was that band? Linkin Park? Sure. What? Imagine Dragons, Assad. Have I ever played this before? No, I've never heard Vampire. I've never heard that song before. Again, I think people think I'm joking when I say that I don't know very much of this music. Oh, thanks, Macaroni. Of course. What is a piano? Who knows? Who knows what a piano is? Yeah, we'll do Golden. I'm going to play a little bit of Tchaikovsky, and then we'll do Golden. When did I start playing the piano? When I was 7. Ooh, this is crazy. Are you Skibbity Riz? I don't know. You have to judge for yourself. Hello from Indonesia. Awesome. Eyes. All right, here's happy birthday. Oh, thanks, Faith, for the or Fati. For the donation. Sorry, from a distance it looked like Faith, but it's Fati for the donation. Really appreciate it. Do you have something in particular you wanted to hear, or just being a kind person, which is also very nice? I got Skyfall pulled up for that person that wanted that forever ago. They were just spamming a little too much. Exactly. We have a birthday in our house right now. Do I play violin? I do not play violin as well. Does the birthday girl in this house want a specific song? What type of keyboard is it? It's an FP90. 21 Pilots Oldies Station. Sure. All right, we're going to grab that, 21 Pilots. We're going to grab Mr. Bean intro. And then we'll do Fantasy Impromptu. Waltz for the Dead Clown. Or any waltz. You love waltzes? Waltzes are fun. Somewhere Only We Know. Waltz for the Dead Clown. Oh, that is written terribly. Okay, there we go. That's a lot easier. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Appreciate it. Country Road. Don't spam. Goosebumps. Goosebumps intro. Can I play Andre's Shift? That's a person. How am I supposed to play a person? I'm just saying. What's my favorite food? I have a few different favorite foods. Mostly stuff that can get you a lot of protein. Here we go, Birthday Girl. I can play a Hindi song, you just gotta give me the title. Soda Pop. All right, we're kind of drowning in requests, but we'll go through them. There was some 21 Pilots. Here's Mr. Bean theme. I do have a real delay on the chat. Let's try refreshing it. Scenes from an Italian restaurant, that's awesome. That is a great request. I will pull that up. Thank you, Keymore, for the donation, for the super chat. I need to start using the right terms. The super chat. All right, here's a little fantasy impromptu. Can I play Bartok? Bartok's, again, a composer. He's got a lot of pieces. Not trying to be pedantic and annoying, but I do need a little more specifics on that. Yeah, don't worry. We'll do Soda Pop, Maria. Don't worry. Just chill. Okay. Oh, I know. Wow, there is totally a delay. There's a heavy delay on this chat, so I apologize. I need to sort that out. It's gotten worse every time. I can play any song. We're gonna do scenes from an Italian restaurant because that was a donation request and I prioritize those. But then we will do Soda Pop after that. A bottle of wine, a bottle of red, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. We'll get a table beneath the street in our old familiar place, you and I, face to face. Man, Billy Joel always is like, I know that I vibe, but I don't necessarily have heard the song a million times. That's a great song. Smooth Criminal. We already did a little bit of Smooth Criminal. Why don't you pick another MJ song? I'll do Kiss. What is it? Kiss in the Rain or whatever. Mex Zoo. We've done River Flows in You a few times. No, we already did, before that it was. Before that it was Smooth Criminal. Oceans? We could do Oceans. Shape of You? We could do Shape of You. Blue, we played Blue a few times. Again, we could probably circle back to it. Pizza is good. Pizza is good. Try play the random Star Wars music. There's random Star Wars music. Barry Manilow. Ooh, it's hard to say no to a Barry Manilow request. Slipknot? What do you want to hear, Punkhead? I'd love to play some Slipknot. I love Slipknot. Yeah, we'll do Imperial March. We probably won't do Interstellar. I've played it a few times already, you and Chip. We're getting to some new stuff and some new people, which I know you're new. I'll do a little bit of Undertale for you. Sorry, Interstellar. I can't even see. Yeah, I know Nirvana. I love Nirvana. Where there's a lizard running with a sick piano piece? I don't remember that at all. Any of their songs doable on piano? Tons are doable on piano. Hey, Piano Seeker. Yeah, we can do heart-shaped box. Hey, Maria. See you later. That's all good. Thanks, Star Wars guy. Hold on, we're gonna grab a couple random things. Debussy, what Debussy? You gonna say Clair de Lune? You gonna say Reverie? All right, heart-shaped box. We're just gonna blast through these. What in the world? You guys are so weird. Let's get some lyrics up. You're back? All right, I'll see you later. Is guitar theory similar to piano theory? In many ways, yes. There's one very key difference. On guitar, you don't really have to think very much. Because the thing is, if I learn this major scale pattern, I already know all the major scales. So then I don't really have to think too much about it. Some MJ, we can do some MJ. But I'm going to play Nirvana first. And we can do some toccata and fugue, sure. Transcendental etude. There's a lot of transcendental etudes. Toccata and fugue. Why don't I teach online? Because teaching requires a lot of brain power. But it gets very confusing with alternative tunings, which I don't think anyone does. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So there are very specific things that are different. But for the most part, halfway okay. There's a lot of overlap. Any list piece? We can do some list. We can do some list in a little bit. Let me do some Nirvana first. I got Thriller pulled up. How many instruments do I play? Guitar, bass, drums, singing, but Sunrise Over LA from Alan Wakeman. We could do it. All right, we're going to keep moving because we got a billion things that we're doing. It's close to midnight. I'm not singing a Michael Jackson because he's just way too crazy to sing. Alright, Hungarian, you're a new viewer. Hey, Slimy. How's it going? We're going to do Hungarian Rhapsody number 1. Here's some list for you, Adam. Oh, we got Ken's sister in here? Awesome. Hey, Lyco. Hey, Nano. All right, I'll see you, Scrap Kitty. Hey, Red Gable. We already did Rushy. And we're going to be wrapping up soon. Hey, my new Rainbow World. So if you're enjoying this, like, subscribe. We'll be back on 8 Central Time tomorrow. And we'll also do, I average around 3 shorts a day, and we're going to have probably 2 long form videos this week. I haven't decided what they are yet. I need to get to work. You can also join the Discord. We got composition challenge. I got to actually write a composition. What can I play? Anything and nothing. Avenged Sevenfold? Is that the song One Time? Bird brain? What is bird brain? Do you have a bird brain? I'm just kidding. All right, we can pull up bird brain. Let me finish playing this part of this, and then we'll do it. I'm just kidding. I know. I don't worry. I wrote it out. I grew up in the 90s, all right? I try to keep... Oh, thank you so much, Aldred. Really appreciate the support. Wasn't trying to be obnoxious about that. I just didn't want to keep going back and forth with things that I've already played a billion times. What am I even playing? Hungarian Rhapsody number 1. It's a very, very good piece. If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it. Golden is a great song. You're right. Play Interstellar. Red Gable. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Bird Brain. Then I'm going to do Interstellar in Canon and D mixed together. And then we will Avenged Sevenfold. Was that the song? Was it one time? Is that actually an Avenged Sevenfold song? No. Doesn't look like it. Doing Time? But and then I may do an original of mine and then get out of here. You subbed, Game Tap? Thanks. Never heard that song before in my life, but that was a cool song. All right, here we go. We are going to do Interstellar. We're going to do Canon D. Do Sweet Little Bumblebee. It just... Oh, thank you, Amutha. Thank you, Infinite Music. Kaisernet, it's just been a little bit crazy. Sometimes it just gets all over the place. No, I'm not going to try drugs. Sorry. Here's a little bit of Married Life, and then we're going to go into Interstellar. Charlie. Any Attack on Titan song? Yes, I was learning this from when I was a kid. I'm gonna play an original of mine. I don't know. This is the original of mine. Why am I typing the title in there? I just need to pull up the lyrics because I can't remember anything. Nope, I gotta pull them up here because I can't, again. Lyrics don't stick in my head, even my own. It just is what happens sometimes. Sitting down next to you, talking about taxes. This is a original of mine. It's called Ordinary Life. It's on Spotify. It's on the EP called Dancing for You. I'm gonna be releasing a ton of music, so if you don't follow me on Spotify, you should. Sitting down next to you, talking about taxes. Coffee's on, kids are out, taking care of business. Nothing is better than life with you. Getting up out of bed, it's easier with you. Fixing stuff round the house gives you perspective. Nothing is better than life with you. Despite mistakes, healing comes from well within. Water comes from my best friend. All right. Carol the Bells, let's see. Told you you would love the stream. Thanks for spoiling him for me. Appreciate it, Leiko. I heard her bragging you up, Ken. I need to hear your guitar playing. Big ups. Your song's amazing. Thank you. Wait for Sleep is a great song. I may have to play that. Heat Waves, gang. Everyone's saying Heat Waves. All right, we'll do it. Watch shorts and find a guy doing freestyle. It was so good. I spent 20 minutes and then I find you. People are so talented. I agree. People are super talented. Oh, Graceful Ghost. Man. Okay. All right. I got like 4 songs I need to play really fast, and then I actually do need to be done because I do actually have to, do things besides just streaming. But name a food for an edit, sushi. There you go. Here you go. There's a little furlies for you. Okay, heat waves. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling up heat waves. Join the Discord. Yeah, you made a gang. I know. We'll do heat waves. Yeah, just playing it fast because, and then wait for sleep. There was a few that I wanted to grab because I just had to. And then graceful ghost. Again, it's just like I have to. Because that's not a normal request people just randomly do. They don't randomly just go graceful ghost. So you kind of have to. V. Booten, all right. Okay, here we go, real quick. I'll get some work done. That's what I'm gonna do. And then hopefully brainstorm some long video ideas. Yeah, what are you cooking with all those onions? All right, here we go. Here's heat waves. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. We can certainly do Clair de Lune, but I mean, I do need to actually get rolling. Here's a little bit of creep. Again, probably should have just been done, but let's just finish up playing these. Here's a little Clair de Lune. Do I know any Brazilian songs? Yeah. I know other ones than that. That's just the first one that came to my head. All right, this actually is the last thing that I'm playing today. There were just some irresistible requests near the end. Here is the actual last thing. So if you enjoyed the stream, like, subscribe. It all really, really does help. This is an incredibly great rag that people need to know more. It's called Graceful Ghost Rag. It is by William Bolcom. It is amazing. so good. So good. I love that. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Peace out. I am out. Greatly appreciate all of you. Go ahead and like, subscribe. You can hop on the Discord if you just want to keep the conversation going. You got questions. Until next time, have a great day.